Nothing is real. It's all an illusion. Yeah, that's right.
That could happen.
Love that thing.
Opening night, decided tonight's not the night. We're gonna do that tomorrow night.
If there's a place you're guaranteed to experience paranormal activity, is gonna be at Zak Bagans Haunted Museum in Las Vegas. Its location is even a hotspot for ghosts, being located in a mansion from the 1930s, known to house hostile spirits from the family who used to own it. Within the haunted mansion is some of the most morbid memorabilia, from the former possessions of serial killers to the most haunted item in the world. So if you're interested in brushing arms with ghosts and demons of all variations, there are certain creepy relics you should check out. Here are the top 5 haunted items at Zak Bagans Museum. Let's jump in. Coming in at number 5, we have Dr. Jack Kevorkian Death Van, also known as the Deathmobile. Dr. Jack Kevorkian's van was a place many people spent their last moments alive. The 1968 Volkswagen van was where Dr. Kevorkian carried out as many as 130 assisted suicides in the 90s, and has become a piece of history. However, at the time, the pathologist was met with controversy and public criticism for his taboo work on physician-assisted suicide with terminally ill patients. He spent 8 years in prison for second-degree murder because of this, but is often viewed as a pioneer in the medical field and as an activist. His impact was so great that HBO released a drama called You Don't Know Jack, in which Al Pacino won an Emmy and a Golden Globe for his portrayal of the controversial doctor. Over the year, the death van has seen many different owners. Zak purchased this van for $32,500 from American Jewelry and Loan. When the Detroit pawn shop first bought the vehicle, it was actually featured on an episode of a TV show. Apparently, Long Island medium Teresa Caputo also passed by the van in their warehouse and said she felt something there. Visitors of Zak's Haunted Museum can peek inside the Dr. Jack Kevorkian's death van and see the exact spot where many people died. Coming in at number 4, we have Ed Gein's Cauldron. This is certainly one of the more gruesome relics on display at Zak Bagans Haunted Museum, and it's believed to have belonged to the butcher of Plainfield, Ed Gein. He's known for not only committing 2 murders, but mutilating corpses and fashioning items from human skin. Some of this morbid creation include masks made from real human faces, a human skin lampshade, and a female skin suit. Although his kill count doesn't technically classify him as a serial killer, he still served as inspiration for several fictional serial killers, like Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Buffalo Bill from The Silence of the Lambs. This cauldron is said to have been a place for Ed Gein to boil body parts in, but its authenticity is largely unknown. It was auctioned off in 2015 by a man named Dan McIntyre. He claimed to have inherited it from his grandmother, who bought it in 1958 at Gein's estate sale following his arrest. That's bleak as The highest bidder was Zak, purchasing the little pot for $2,800. At the time, Dan said he was happy to be rid of it, as it was the source of strange phenomena. I mean, I wouldn't want that in my home. Now, Ed Gein's Cauldron calls Zak's Haunted Museum home, where it is said to radiate negative energy. Coming in at number 3, we have the Demon House Staircase. The original staircase from the Gary Demon House is said to be so haunted that construction crews walked off the job and refused to come back after its installation. Set back in a dimly lit corner, the wooden staircase rests on a layer of dirt extracted from the location famous for demonic activity. The Demon House was located in Gary, Indiana, and was unfortunately home to the Ammons family. It was said to be a portal to hell, and the demons seemed to emanate from beneath the stairs, the same stairs displayed at Zak's museum. There were reports of demonic possessions, a child levitating, and many other disturbing events. The family's matriarch, LaToya Ammons, had to undergo multiple exorcisms as a result. It was so bad that even the local police department and social services were convinced of its purported hauntedness. There are things in this world that we will never fully understand, like why Zak decided to buy the home plagued by demonic entities. He did shoot his documentary Demon House there, where he investigated the haunting. It must have left an impact on him because the house has since been demolished and the stairs continue to haunt Zak's museum. Coming in at number 2, we have the Devil's Rocking Chair. This sinister chair is linked to a very famous investigation done by Ed and Lorraine Warren, and its story serves as the plot for The Conjuring: The Devil Made Me Do It. Zak actually purchased this chair for $67,000 just hours before the death of Lorraine Warren. Ooh, creepy. The Devil's Rocking Chair was the site of the infamous exorcism of David Glatzel, who was allegedly possessed by a demon. The 11-year-old at the time was being tormented by a man-like demon who resembled a beast with sharp, jagged teeth, horns, and hoofs. As the haunting progressed, the chair was said to be under the demon's power, and David would often see the beast sitting in it. Ed and Lorraine performed numerous exorcisms on David in that very chair. The final exorcism was a success, and the demon was expelled from David right into his sister's boyfriend, who killed his landlord shortly after. after. He pled not guilty due to demonic possession, a first in American history, citing that the devil made me do it. It didn't work, by the way. In 2019, the Devil's Rocking Chairs exhibit actually had to be shut down because it was doing its job a little too well. 6 different people shared the same disturbing experience with the chair. They all had bouts of uncontrollable crying, and one even collapsed above it. The museum having adverse effects on visitors isn't anything new, with ambulances having to be called in the past, but this was the first time in the museum's history that an exhibit had to be shut down. And finally, coming in at number 1, we have Dybbuk Box. In the number 1 spot is known as the most haunted object in the world, the notorious Dybbuk Box. According to Jewish mythology, a Dybbuk is a malevolent spirit that's said to haunt and possess the living, and the Dybbuk Box is home to the evil entity. This wine cabinet is so haunted that it actually served as inspiration for the horror film The Possession. The Dybbuk Box first became a sensation when it was listed on eBay, along with an extensive ghost story attached to it. After some owner hopping, it came into Zak's possession. Shortly after the Dybbuk Box arrived in the museum, holes allegedly began to appear around the haunted cabinet. A downtown Las Vegas marketing executive also apparently witnessed a black cloaked apparition pass through the exhibit's door while doing a private tour with Zak. This haunted relic is no joke. Even Post Malone was apparently cursed by the Dybbuk when he visited the museum with Zak himself. After touching Zak's shoulder, who was resting his hand on the box, Post Malone had a streak of terrible luck. In less than a month, his private jet was forced to make an emergency landing when 2 tires blew out. His house was broken into by armed robbers, and then he got into a car crash. Well, there we have it. Do you guys agree with our list? What haunted item scares you the most? Leave us all your thoughts and feelings in the comments down below, and perhaps we can do a part 2. Before I go though, I just want to respond to a few comments from one of our last videos, top 5 worst demons in Christianity part 2. Jose Zamarin said, Lucy's bloopers are effing cute and funny. I mean, I am effing cute and funny, but scary. And you should be all scared and intimidated of me, you know? But I can be cute. I know it. Chris Dunn said, I'm sorry, the only demon I'm scared of is Lucy. You should be too. I'm scared of me too. You have no idea what's going on in here, you know? It's dark. It's full of Glee songs. That's all I think about. Glee. And the dead Glee cast. I mean, I'm not joking. Stanley Richard quoted me saying, no one is trying to suck on my neck. After reading this comment section, I disagree. Thanks, yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah. I know strangers want to suck on my neck, but I want people I know to suck on my neck. That's arguably worse, actually. You know, all I want. You know? I need to stop talking. Sonosi said, so Satan and Lucifer aren't the same entity. Well, it depends what text you're reading. Sometimes they're used interchangeably, you know? Some people think they're the same, other people think they're different. I think at the end of the day they're different but the same, you know? That's the answer to everything. And on that note, if you haven't already, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, and until next time, I'll see you later. If there's a place you're guaranteed to experience paranormal, fortunately home to the Amons, yeah, Amons.